Mame I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo. 24-hour economy authority bill. President John Dramani Mahama sent it to the bill and na o share pictures and videos na twaguna. Ura jetro or no. And now a clerk of parliament. The bill be because of parliament no. We are now speaker. Among their full cadre. Na or the co-presidency one. Yentie President Mahama. Yabas is here.
Cabinet colleagues have just appended my signature to give assent to the 24-hour authority bill. This is a bill Ghanaians have been waiting for. It was one of our flagship strategies for economic transformation. It's taking a while, but we needed to go patiently through the process to give legal effect to it. And so from now, we must move from strategy to implementation. The business sector is waiting. Ghanaian investors are waiting. Foreign investors are waiting. They want to see the package of incentives that we afford them so that they can invest more and expand productivity and also create more employment for our young people. And so it's my pleasure to assent to this bill today. Thank you. And let me congratulate the team that has been working on it. Our comrade Guzitando and his team. We're very grateful. Thank you very much.
I love Radio Gold 90.5.
Okay, enti yako Jubilee House about the 24-hour economy where authority bill parliament in Asheshe Sambra no more wie womo akọ de akọ kopiem area ma our presidency and President Mahama what in sa ahye sa kratara say ababa bemra enti this is going to provide jobs for the Ghanaian youth our matwen ache all the policy be ba all the strategy be ba now person uputu to tester so timi ye ho kratasem and will serve as a guide oko anim no baby obesta tie free baby a obekọ akopem na de ade faces out do be enrolling na de ade ni nyina me kai say ebra former president Akufo-Addo wode eye wholesale free education buy no wanyan krata bi ti sei a chese base ekokopem a ye betimi akokofhwe krata no na krata no atenetene yen na we eka one of the policies now President Mahama wane the political party NDC ye call into 2024 elections no promises no baako nie was say 24-hour economy and oba be create na no ede enwuma ede bebre emabru no na owura gusitano wono ene panikase a authority no secretariat no ono dano enti enei ekrata ebema sa adwuma no atimi akokode akonanim no krata no I ready timisa policy bi ade ba na on krata asem ho a eboa eni President Mahama nie gonja de hye kronkron sanse na gusitano ebema tenten grandpa o ebema tenten grandpa o pe Gusi is the only political figure in this republic and yes I said otin ho koba ya niam ko yie ma no what does say also breaking away from the NDC reform party so otesa party no and okwen wasamba a very experienced politician or experienced papa it will no that secretariat no ano eti gusitano no and owura jetro ni Akufo-Addo adamfo because Akufo-Addo adamfo na me catch him say ono na parliamentarians and former President Akufo-Addo Parliament Edward Musashe gay krata say on fan kuma Akufo-Addo no sign say President Mahama sign and Akufo-Addo to grandmans wo nim na so the sakrata ni si hono mo a ade obaye no krom ha no and akwa so di hu and wo so man farmer ho but 24-hour economy authority bill omu ye no owura gbagben asoma no eti owura jetro ono no clerk of parliament oko parliament one more se eko ye ma de ada sa don bo bonachi a eko benkuma de bonachi e ba di fanso a de bonachi obompa ya ka no ono so one of the servants of this land. Yes, na juma na de papa eti ora gusita no and President John Dramani Mahama in the middle and Electoral and so I me far left. And the 24-hour economy bill no President Mahama sent it to Sankrata no fine kuri and also Ebaba Juma. Na me kaisa agric ministry na saying krata bisu ko Emma minister eso kan bibisa sesia no omako sign deal bi sa deal no kuya adwuma ne yeba na this 24-hour economy no se ebetime gina pa kuya ye ka ho isan se raw materials companies how do ebe subscribe to this policy na incentives wom aban de be more no ombenya raw materials ede adwuma efirafuom enya sa na tie eti papa ne so kan se the 24-hour economy has started now. Check is open your recopoku store na mabia na minim say we no betimi afra but sometimes o mount microphone na se console na ne ma yi ba akwa sen commission no it waka sasem no na news portal bi wo system from Ghana today what I share omo aha MP4 no portal na baako na sa portal no false news and fake news nkwa no me unu ma asem ngo kan wo mo ko Miss Koti minister ka kire ne say ministers we babunu na say also padwuma ya kokoye kua which one kasa me ba cho what say eti news portals 2 no system nim e fra ba ko Ghana today MP before the propaganda pa and ba ko bi ye asafua bibi yeah if I don't know whether as a 4FM aha sankrofo nim yenu e wo sa campo for India eti wo honom na un say ya twist bibi omonom tire story edi misleading media houses ni bi na ma be pacho na say madze say okay FM for the tweet for be pa NDC chairman acho aba story bi omo ya na enimusa eti omo but omo nim say sankrofo dey fake but they continue to almost follow omo for sa misleading headlines na ya na omo so de bantienko ahomane so na yehwe hawa enema besify now ye bedin komo ade afa Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni and meka say I don't know what that's a ruling na but when say no ade ba ko na Ghana fo nyina dodo no ehwe nim say the conduct of the current structure Electoral Commission honomono ayade se sensachira amma anhwe ya dache o my Ghana yenti asempa na Ghana de hye bi omsusu se Electoral Commissioner Mami J Mensa ne 2 deputies womo ene ye bi ensem fatase esese yemom tokos as commissioners no woman the petition come President John Mahama. President Mahama a day Sankratan come Chief Justice a day the very taba say sa petitions ni nyina no yemfa to ba bi kura san say a very weak eti ni nyina so bi asa but yenko ne lawyer Isaac Okan Labi enin komo senior temika memo hamo akwaba e ba really good kasa video so on cry
yeah Isaac Minta Labi
Isaac Minta Labi
okay
cry because woman the ba my me feel say bia no what the 10 I feel no dey more there because me know akasa several times it is an emergency Isaac lawyer Isaac Minta Labi enti monfanto eso monfanto TV ne so mame lawyer yeda se wa correct here yeda se bebre
yo
yenin common ye hwe enra I don't know whether what you can verdict ana a ruling ana a day in mo terms no send am can enra near CMA CJ a petitions a call president to a president e dane de man no said them rano e kano e CJ say a petition no enema woman no want to me I establish the amount friend of prima facie case no said be ya bet me investigate matter nankasa akra yen nkomo enra bibi say to abonte no what ye no say na fa no
Yo, really can I again for the only in Saka, more that being here more now, normally a dog. Petitions in the dog. MCM went for 2.
yeah no can 17 no S7
7.
yes near letter from the presidency board dino Makomako 7
Okay. And I was elected out of all the petitions in the generally and express just evidence. Every to me, I established prima facie case that means taking of it. But anyway, the whole thing is so you're surprised, it doesn't make a difference because we have a whole team who is very experienced, so many years experience with as a lawyer. And I don't have any of the petitions to even make any meaning out of it. In the out of it, abundant experience and knowledge of the law. Now, our group, now the conclusion, it doesn't see sufficient evidence to establish prima facie case. Well, I don't have any choice than to accept the decision. So that's what it is.
I see. Sanya we cannot even question the experience, the competence of the current Chief Justice.
Yeah.
The number of years of practice now they are there. But politically, any public and so opinion about the Electoral Commission, ever since Jane Mason Fihonum, one conduct, in a line of duty, a binum kasayim, a common fasio even declaration of results got to a point a bit problematic. MOB cracker said, Senya Ghana near Tia Huasia, at DSC 2020 for a commissioner, returning officer for presidential elections, etimi alter a year presidential results as many or no panel, and Kebetimi the Omino Aquacosha Conabia, and Shanakwa journey of no return. But say a Tia Huasinti, Sanya Ninano, Yajitumu. A bit says so issue about Betoja. I deny any more than 15,000 representation of parliament. It is time I was saying, no, old warding a found on your lawyer near. Also, said Bibi Koso.
Okay. What share the 2020 election declaration effect? In fact, set a purpose. It was catastrophic. But even though we are all bound by that issue, it does not mean that all of us cannot have a reservation of party. Because that particular 2020 electoral commission declaration is very problematic. Because one person cannot, at different times, make different declarations regarding just one people, a presidential position, of course, Uganda. A big issue that if there was any petition, maybe that would also be one of them. But like I said, who is a copy of any of the petitions to be able to tell the content, and then we say, not what I said, I cannot inspire or confess is that, and we're talking about the human politics and those things. And only a different issue. But if you come to the constitutional aspect, which is what you read, the different declarations of the election.
Yes.
And so now, so that is was a major until I see a copy of the petition and how it is presented. Because you could have a case, but if you don't present it well, they may not get you what you are looking for. And for me, after this thing, I don't have a copy of the petition. I have not seen the copy. So I can't really much.
I see. Akra na what I know kakra mama say me no conversation see. So me to say here the petition itself no yenya opportunity betimi as scrutinizing ye. Enti we cannot conclude say verdict or ruling na efi his lordship waba no. You betimi aka say yene ne yadwana na yene ne nyadwane. Sana pache.
Exactly. It's a petition. Who copy? I don't know who copy there. So then I think I'm saying, I don't know how the petition, that what the grounds of the petition and how the grounds were also patched. That will also be read. And the so many things about it, especially about the role of 2020. I think the 8th Parliament was let me get a presentation in Ghana. These are very serious, Unless you can say that before the Electoral Commission, then I see how they cannot be held, responsible for. But then the question is it about the IP of the Electoral Commission or it's about the commission which is the member? And then also what do the sheep lead to that result for that outcome?
Okay.
All of these that are things that may have to be considered. But whichever way you look at it, I don't think that is something that we can overlook. And I don't think the door is also a future issue. Well, let's wait for what happens.
I see. And conforming of the view, sir, send a ye petition in there. But for the past 8 years, 9 years, getting to 10 years, and you've been in this country, you're commissioners upon commissioners. We sometimes know how procedures and processes are. You so at the appointed commissioners. Under the previous administration, President Akufo at the time, you're a party communicator. Our co-radio could defend the political party. That person became one of the commissioners or minded the IT department of the Electoral Commission. A letter was sent to your father saying, Council of State, MPP time, make I send this for petition, Council of State, say, mom in Yasontia, and a foot of the moment, Penimani as appointment, no. Make I as a crack by no. One can so much the competence of the person, but not any political affiliation. And to send your equi, a bit me in a future, no. You bet me a politically known personality, or bet me the commissioner. I'm gonna you based on the competence by any affiliation. Long about America. I'm saying, like we need more. We don't, it be also. Okay, yeah, for our friend, I'm here. Sir, the Electoral Commission issue in a very serious matter. Yeah, a very serious matter. We need to see a Timmy pet, and put my CBD. But he can't catch him say, I'll not comment. But rather, no, you best song will say, yeah. We want to see a Timmy G, the views, a lawyer for him, the forum, one more, a ban of law now, almost. Then, yeah, grassroots for no, yes, you bet you general home. Nafi, young Hawa, issues no, a besifa akono. Eti, not just say, Yamshe, Yanko, okay, Mammy say, lie back no, a failure. Lawyer by Chotameka. Thank you so much. I think say lie back na a failure. My last question, would you feel so about Josa Otini?
I said now will be about the possibility of somebody who is politically exposed being a commissioner
exactly.
in the future.
Exactly.
Is it that question? Well, logically, it's possible because nobody knows the future. But these are things that, the semblance of fairness is always critical to the confidence that can be posed in an institution or an entity or even an individual. And when we talk about certain appointments that were being made to the Supreme Court, and that people were raising issues, it's not like the people concerned were not competent enough to get the job. But then was the fact that they had shown an interest towards a particular political party, and not only that, they had also participated, actively in an activity of the party sometime in the past. But you see, that is one viewpoint. Another viewpoint is that a person can change. A person can decide not to be interested in an activity that he used to pursue in the past, and going forward can express neutrality, in a very professional manner. And one is about who decides to make the appointment. If the person is convinced and says that I trust the person to be able to deliver, irrespective of the person's political affiliation in the past, he goes ahead to make the appointment now. Appointment here is just the first. The second step is about the person who has been put into the position. It is your duty to demonstrate to the whole world that you are neutral enough and fair enough to get the job done. And that what happened in the past is an old chapter you move away from. It's the first stage, everything here happened. But then afterwards, you need to be professional enough to demonstrate. Those who have their doubts can now also come around and admit that, yes, you are not the person who thought you were. And so, yes, it can happen. But the future will always tell.
Is it not bad precedent? Any set here 12 months anymore? Because you might not know what will happen. You need access to be more.
The future cannot always be predicted. We can try to influence the future as much as we can, but it's never always in our hands.
Okay.
And so we can allow the subsequent generations to also handle matters the way they want to do it.
Okay.
I always say that. There was a time we were under military rule, but it got to a point Ghanaians said, enough is enough. We want to go. Democracy in the big part of it. I mean, when the we were here, there was a time when people were arguing, appointing ministers from parliament was a good thing. There was a time that argument was made. As we speak now, you realize that the majority of the are moved to that idea. They don't want ministers to be appointed from parliament. And so things change as we move along. The time may come when Ghanaians may decide that the democracy declared party square the money. So we want to introduce something different. You and I may not be around. But if they decide in the believe there's something better out there, they can rely on. Nothing stops them. We can try as much as we can to direct affairs, but most of the time it's not in our hands.
Lawyer, you better say.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Okay. Lawyer Isaac Mintalabi and Amotin and Kano, a private legal practitioner, and so a day among Yasha Kuku issue no. I'm better or nothing. And hula balua eba MPP aban say a criminal saying this for be share your friend saying omo be share bo na later womo akobatem eka twitwiri dia cocoa board eja ho no me kan say 2023 ebra na 24 elections no kwabra Japan kra ka kire ye Joseph Bohan A to say Waton Kuku about convenience and Kuku board running at a loss. But a loss, yes. Unfortunately, Omo Timmy and Yeshua and Fahon, and never be doing Kuku politics, Mammy too.
Minia, on said the Bia Macachero say MPP4. Oma Yumano Marco Puni, Omoko Tifico Hunusu, no Masaba, and for Baby Busa said in soon one way. Kuku Sema ye Kenya and ne Omudia Quacoya press conference open press conference ya, Woman Hudia or Munkin. If we hear any and I'm hearing about be drew hini. A bind be by cocoa issues in Ghana. Me fan say and yen nasa, but this is the first time ye nya bind be or buy your cocoa no bitimity 1.2 metro transform or no walk on it in 400 the crown year break 400 on year break. Now MPP government Oma yom ho nipa bi a meka cho say Ghana for yes e bia me mpem PP asemo
Yeah.
but omo ye nipa bi a omo ye very wicked
Mm.
hwe MPP for say enya me ne boy ye pa na nka ye ma sa ban we see sa to aso Ghana I can tell you say nka sa America population in Ghana nka tia ba be say 15,000 obi abedwane
Again, Ghana.
obi abedwane because omo ye omo adwene say omo sei kuro no ama ye ho akire yen na wa wo de ahokyere na free kuro mo de say Togo kura na abekwa akoye shumika na wako cocoa farmers. Any nchiremo was it 3 days ago for I was listening to Bedu Neba.
Okay.
Obviously, Obeba be defending a papa.
Yeah, so never partner with MP.
Because Utie and Semana guy neka, for example, about the Jude Sat.
Yeah.
Say ye cry every year piano because who cry di 1 year and sana ba and you know fine. Understand? Cocoa season every year.
Yeah.
And this year yetia. That's the following next year. And to me cry enye. What cry dear? Abegu ho. Unyu sui. Wasa akokra. Abegu pot. Unyi dear what pot to know.
What's a mess craft for?
Now what's a craft for? And that is the answer you people are giving to us. 2. More kwaji bosia $350 million.
Yeah.
Somebody koye say
Cocoa
rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Said about 156 hectares.
Yeah. 156,400 hectares.
400 hectares.
Yeah.
350 million asa.
Yeah.
The Korea Chemusa kwaji almost about 70 million.
700
million.
Yeah.
Esa by enonswasa. Montimi only 40,000 hectares. Sikano swa ashe. Skana ashe.
The 156,400, you know.
You who baby
40,000 per.
You who baby a
That's the one you have.
half. Let's say go be half of crank bede nyamiase. That is them. 2. So we share a kachichi die a omo bottle cocoa sector. Now we read it from 1992 up to 2016 here. Na cocoa sector no. Now omo profit omo japade ne niema omo nya. Now it's almost about 1.9 billion Ghana cedis. Ne wo ho. From 2016 up to 2025 no free power no. Na sa japade ni nyina ahye. Am yasa akode eka wo mu about 3 point something billion ade jaye. Enu ntwam nda. Kokofo ede ne amba sa problem yaba. Enne MPP for say ya almost say yenya haircut. So that is how they explain to Koko, your friend is say farmers say President Mahama the haircut. So haircut no the buy him. Omo peso mu ya no mu ni so Mahama so the haircut. Haircut na omo kano. I don't know whether you understand.
Yeah.
Mahama buy and wababe to Koko 550,000 metric tons. Now all this cocoa no na plastic at that time no 3,600.
Okay.
And we give 500,000 metric tons at that price. And nay obia di what dance you say cocoa atiaba form. And na o makwa say okay cocoa atiaba form no ye betua say current price ya ye de ma Ghana cocoa for 2,500. That 2,500 on the NDC for sometimes the communicators no ntimi nchirem emma cocoa farmers in Tiasi. And untino mama MPP for opportunity. Now omu yusu at the year campaign the tiaom and say President Mahama say 500,000 metric ton a ton at the price of 36,000 no. Enu de ye J answer. And I yet cocoa was this Canadian. You bet you Sassicano, Eddie Amamu. And no say the government of Ghana will lose almost about $150 million. See, 36 in one.
Okay.
You boka $150 million, President Mahama so far. Because I quite to say, what beton idea we see a mamene. Menu I agreement, Matthias and Mato. Nessa China, Yaquati so I was here to no. President Mahama says 500 no dear. Met you some 360 namamu. 36,000 amamo. Nemum, the affair near Babajin, why ye no a current price in you say in it. And yes, our price in a 50,000 metric ton I can surprise in Yebitria. MPP for Solia. Omsi President Mahama Bokuya for. And I dare any MPP member said, Omo match and can you woman a power and can which current price And a calculation ben on community. 2, you people were giving farmers 30%. NDC promise of 70%. And since they took power, woman is 70% in so. 70% omo promises say omo de ma cocoa farmers no eno anom de ma omo ekope 3,600 eno na current price ya be omo de ma omo nte so. But MPP, as you know, political gimmicks the omo ni mu anie say yam farmer politics say President Mahama abetwa cocoa for haircut adi cocoa for sikedi. Meanwhile mwala mu nim baby as a problem ne wo Mwankasa and a Mariam one yes, our problem we are toward the mess. You would say, but I please, cocoa farmers, Mamon now mad these political parties, Nimia no new sumo, and find your politics. To the stand they say, and ne MPP are walking assembly and run what ya bem, a dear no your mamma. A blana cocoa no is almost about $9,000, which is tower now muton almost 10,000 Ghana cedis. How much did they give you? They give you 31. They took 70%. Omuma mo 31. And no na mo say yemofe. Now another chinya wo mo ka. Say cocoa no wo mo kro no. Ade de wujaka. When wuja profit ya wujaka. Aban bia obebe bia no. From President Kufuor, if you study here, say oja se wo fi aban mu a nia obeja no say ya papa obunsa aban no obeba beto aso no oye papa nko an de to aso.
I see.
Because obekaya when Kufuor left power at Amerson betina so we had a good standing. So share even JDM anom say 2016 wa bon kon no eniema wo jaye e de maamo obekaya MPP ba pa mo say first 4 years first 4 year dey ade because ababi eja good legacy e de maamo mumu de ye the legacy na de maye. Everything was virtually down. Inflation was down. Dollar was up. Ede ba de enti wo hwe cocoa price ya ene MPP for na cocoa price ba nkwa o maye press conference ma 10. Obi aye ne de
Cocoa price
ba ye MPP for nkwa press conference o maye. Enti wo hwe wo mo a na medical ka cho se wonni bibi e de bo wase a na wo bone koro no wo mu ni hwe mo beka na da bia no wo mu ye nkrofo bia cocoa farmers wotina wo ma MPP yusumu no mu de mu ye campaign a monka hu se wo mu fra ba mu kora ni 1 year o mo ho mass spraying aye de ba wo ba betwam fertilizer na ye de ba wo ba no mo tonton no kora no mo ton ma mo kora ni enya bi nto ni ye ton ma ye ko wi akire Andi si ba power ya cheche nkrofo no maka ma fertilizer ni bi kura go a spy. These are the people as they say they run behind you and then upon kroma another big liar politicians here will know ene wo say amanfo njini ni abra na wo abem you know what is going on ene this almost yenyi randi abi adi na people say yetimi yi obi adi na ne sanka mo maba mu de nka mo nyina mo yi mu ho adi ko yi ba wo me na Akufu ado adi because of course yeah
na I got told them no so abre
was it the new leader? I know the one Timmy and Ken in a decent and then a wabra to home. So I say, anti cocoa farmers no na me de mesre womo. Ma MPP for me dada womo. The policies JDM administration has banned at their bay. E bin si Ghana da. To the extent they say, ye di cocoa for a watch. I don't know whether you have been in cocoa farm before.
Yeah.
Me nana, me papa, me nuanu nyina uko Kumasi. Kurubi ye frɛ ho nyahine wo konka we kwan so a kurubi wo ye frɛ na mpofo kurum eye me maame ne papa ne ofadea koku a wo kodo ho no mo enu nti ne adi ne din to so a ye frɛ ho ampofo kurum ne ye tubi twa koko every year bia ye ntimi anya koko kitimi nya ba 500 to 600 bucks ene ni nyina da ne ganam say site from 2008 na Akufu ado ene ne nkrofo bediye Emra na Akufu ado ne nkrofo free abayimu koko no a na wo ka se ene JDM administration haircut ka bond na ye tue 10 million no onim se koko de koko kwaje koko bond onim se eka omu kwaje ye no eno mu ka se from 2026 ene ye be start atua koko bond ka ho enti saa ka no a egu ono mo a amini cocoa board enye sika no 90.99% eye na Akufo-Addo enkrofo ene tam cocoa bond eno 2 cocoa syndicated loan na me da bia meka me nko school da me ntebrofo mo na mo tebrofo na first kra na se yeka se bibi syndicate ya se kire se yes we syndicate of a crime me boa ana etiwu kwa kwaje bosi ye syndicate na nya sa wa kaza hulim se bosi ana wo kwaje no enye ade se ye syndicate ana anya sa no mo ka no ana brofo syndicate ase kire se you are a syndicate of a crime me boa ana yen ana makwa akwaje ade amunim se kronu sika na mokwaje dia bre kokofo na mokwaje due na nya kronu sika kamato ndi syndicate send there
depends on the contest
and the media minim se syndicate the bro for ano no menti ase bia mo pa mo nje mbe class media mini contest bia media mini contest bia de minim an se wo ye syndicate so atiase ela makwaje sa syndicate we no mo chedi 2 mo free kwonu
dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV